Greetings everyone. Today I would like to continue my random talk about the random stuff, but today's video is not exactly, this very random. Today I would like to continue my talk on Mongolian crosses. Mongolia is having shamanism, so this pagans, so-called, the shamanistic people like to wear all kinds of, this jewelry, but jewelry has to have some meanings. So previously, I guess, in my Mongol cross video, I showed you one of these. This is a so-called shaman bell. It is a circle with three, this bell-like thing, and this thing usually creates a sound, but you cannot hear it. This is made from a silver, and people already, just carry them. This is a, this circle with the three like this. This is a symbol, similar symbol to a Egyptian ankh, but Egyptian ankh has a cross and a circle. So these three things stands for Holy Trinity. It's in our ancestors. It's living. The nature is the living, all the living thing, and non-living anything. It can be anything. It can be household objects, it's book, and etc. And together all this creates the oracle, something like that. Well, this one is mine. This is especially made for me. This is simply 3 spoons together with one plate, so that I do not have any problems with the food. Since it is a symbol of oracle, people wish to have new ideas in their life. With new ideas will propel them into future, something like that. When something, this bad happens, when you have an idea how to solve it, things like much easier, this life becomes much easier. So this stands for the learning and ideas. I guess I told you what the learning was. There has to be oracle, there has to be wish to connect with the oracle, and there has to be observation, and etc. And learning goes like that. Today I would like to focus, it's a bad camera, on so-called Nestorian crosses. I used these Nestorian crosses in one of my videos titled Buddha versus the Lord of the Lightning. It's people usually think that the Lord of the Lightning is a fantasy and Buddha was a real philosopher. So you cannot, compete these, these two things, something like that. And I guess this series was very poorly explained, something like that. So the reason why this I will use this because it has a swastikas. Here in Asia, in China, in Korea, in Japan, but not in Mongolia, this swastika is used in a Buddhist temples, because this is this is a footprint of a Buddha. So something like that. This is actually the Hindu symbol, but this Buddhists, this claim it as a symbol of Buddha. Here in Mongolia, this stands for a female swastika, and if there is an object with this swastika, it is given to a woman. And if there is an object with this swastika, this is male. and if there is an object with this male swastika, it is given to a man. So I guess the Russian Orthodox priest recorded the behavior of Mongolians. Mongolians somehow, find these objects, dig them from the old graves and something like that, and they give it to their woman, and their woman carry them on their belts, and they also secure their household with these things, using them as a seal, something like that. You put the clay on the door and you seal it, and when you come back, you know that no one just broke into your tent. something like that. So what this behavior, this Mongol behavior, is explained the beliefs and by the beliefs of the Mongolians. First, what do you see here? You see a cross, 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 cross. So cross. What the cross stands for? This is an old carpet that was found in Mongol. This is a Hunnic carpet. Most of the Huns, or this proud people, who said, this, let's leave this hellish place, let's find a better place for us. And they went to Europe. They were very creative people, and we also considered them to be our ancestors. But some scientists say they were somewhat, this European feature. So on this carpet, in this Hunnic carpet, you have this mushroom-like shape, you have this C, you have square, and you have cross. What does it mean? You have cross, you have this mushroom shape, you have this square, and you are having this S, whatever. This is simply, this European, this card symbol, somewhere. Yeah. So this is. So for a Mongolian, cross is a female. This is male. Since it also has a cross, this is female, and this is a male. Something like that. This is female, and this is also female. It has a cross, something like that. So when a Mongolian sees a cross, he thinks that this object must be female object. And since this looks like a belt buckle, they carry out on their belts. So what also this is used to secure the household, something like that. Why is that? It is because it has a 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 5 5 5 or 5. What do number 5 stands here in Mongolia? It's a Tau. We say number 5 is Tau. When you say, when you ask Tau, Tai, Ban, Ban O, Tafta Banu means, are you fine? Are you fine? Something like that. It's like a 5 and fine. So, are you being comfortable? Something like that. So, word 5 stands for comfort. So one can say, there is a 5 things to be comfortable and etc., etc. But the main 5 things you need to live a comfortable life is fire, wood, earth, air, what else? Wood, earth, air, and of course water. So when these five things are balanced, like 5 fingers, you're having a very balanced, or this comfortable existence, something like that. So we do not care about the metal. We do not care about the so-called there is also emptiness. So there is a tendency to add 2 more these elements in order to create 7, and this 7 number 7 stands for this horse. But the main 5 are these 5. You need these 5 elements balanced in your in your country or in your living area, so that you're having a comfort. So when I look at these objects, I think these objects are not this Mongolian. This is not purely Mongolian, but this is somewhat this Tatar objects. This area of Ordos was occupied for a long time by the Tatars, and then I guess we Mongols moved in. Tatars are now these Muslims, and in old times they were like shamanists, and they were somewhat Christian. They seems to be experiment with their faith a lot. But Mongolian usually stays the same, because Mongolian is an ignorant creature who likes to stay on his own way, so something like that. Yeah. So my idea is that we cannot understand these people, but we can put our ideas, our beliefs into these objects and use them, something like that. So I can see this circle with the 3 and 2 dots and plus, and you having a T and etc. So what I can see here, like I can see clearly a tree, those two dots and here. So it seems it has some meanings here. So there is a suspicion that these people were bordering, this China, so that there can be somewhat Chinese influence. And Chinese write fire like this. Oops. It's a bad focus camera. So they write a symbol for a human being, and they put 2 things saying this is a fire and only a human being can manage the fire. Obviously everyone is agree with that. So this symbol can go like this and even like this. This is a fire. For a Mongolian, fire is 3 fire stones, and together with the fire it's going to be 3 stones in the fire, something like that. The opposite of fire is if you have 3 circles, 1 circle and 3 legs. This is water. Water can have a form of ice, liquid and gas. So this is a water. And we saw a tree. But this is a winter tree, or this is a dead tree. The opposite of this dead tree is obviously a living tree, or this sea with what like this. So this has to be a tree. And since it is a living tree and it can be its roots, this stands for earth, according to Yakut and Mongolian shamanistic, beliefs. Dead tree is the earth, or there was a this earth tree rising from the ocean, and its leaves and branches fell down, creating the earth. So this is a wood and earth, and we usually imagine that you can live without metal, these weapons and such, but you cannot live without tree. There's no life on this planet without trees. So tree is very important. That's why this main 5 has a tree. So when you combine all this stuff into one thing, I create this. So the bottom is fire, and the top is water. People ask gods for rain, or new ideas, and it's an oracle. Same time, it's water. So the oracle and water is in the top, and you have air in the middle. So swastika stands for air. So you have 3, and you have a earth. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching. This is made of a silver.